Welcome back to Tarot to a T. Today I'm going to do a June 2022 reading for the sign of Aries. I almost overlooked Aries, and that's very unusual. I don't know how it slipped by, but I usually do Aries one of my first signs, and I was actually finishing up my June readings and realized we didn't do Aries. So I apologize, Aries, if you've been waiting. And if this is your first time here, welcome. I appreciate you being here. Glad you could stop by. And if you are returning, you are doubly appreciated. I mean that. Subscribers are everything. Especially if you're a subscriber, but if you're just returning, that's awesome too. Not to diminish the sincerity and my appreciation for my viewers, okay? So, like I said, we're going to do a June 2022 reading, and if I say 2020, 2022 too many times, it'll come out a long syllable, so let's go ahead and deal some cards. We're going to look at a situation you're dealing with, Aries. Let me push them up here so you can see them. Sometimes I put them off the camera, so I'm trying to avoid that. Trying to make improvements. Always room for improvement, right? Then we're going to look at some complications in that situation. Let's just move these here so I can have some space. One of the reasons I was late, Aries, is I've been sick for the past week. So if you hear me snuffling, I apologize. I'll try not to cough or snuffle. It's actually gotten a lot better today. I've been sick exactly a week today. And here are some cards of advice. Oh, we got two on that. Definitely taking those. Okay, let's get started. See what's going on with the Aries. Jack of Diamonds. Eight of Spades. Six of Clubs, okay. So you had some new opportunities come up here with this Six of Clubs. This is about some new pathways, new doorways, probably as a result of an event, although the event, I stopped because the event is not really being shown to me. This is the card of having the path clear for higher pursuits, as they say. And that's like, to me, that means like personal growth. Could be materially, could be emotionally, could be mentally. The other indicator here is that it might revolve around work, because this is about challenges with work. And you are moving ahead despite the challenges, which may be opening these doors and opportunities. We'll have to deal more cards to see what's going on with that. But this Jack of Diamonds, that's interesting, because this is the young, inexperienced, can be immature energy. Could be you, or it could be somebody around you. It's a pentacle, so it could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This does talk about messages being brought to you. Not necessarily, they're neutral, they're not necessarily good or bad. But whatever information or message was brought to you has caused some kind of anxiety or confusion about maybe where things are headed. And like I said, with this 6, you are looking at multiple outlets now, and maybe that's a brand new kind of space to be in for you, Aries. Things have been kind of moving along like this without many bumps in the road, and suddenly there's opportunity for advancement, for example. Four of Spades definitely has, it's reflecting on your comfort and stability at work. But there's also, this is indicating that there was some kind of stress that's passed, and now you're kind of wrapped up in the mode of having stress relieved. Again, I'm not shown. I mean, 9 times out of 10 when I deal these cards, I have some kind of ending card, so we know something ended. I'm not seeing that here. I think it's past. It's like too far in the past to show up in the reading. So it's more about things evolving and changing. And so you're in the middle of relieving stress, treating yourself well. Like I said, this does seem to speak about work. Some stress and anxiety brought up by some news or information that was brought to you. Huh. Let's get some more information. For sure, right? Another 6. Again, the card of open pathways and opportunities and that sort of thing. It's a little different from the 6 of clubs in that you're looking at some kind of harmony and peace being achieved through some kind of negotiation or compromise. I'll be honest, this usually speaks about relationships because it does talk about hearts. Now, there could have been some like friction at work. Or I'm almost getting maybe the friction at work wasn't with you. It was like you are a bystander of it. Does that make sense? Like there was friction going on within the team, the department, which could have been some of this needed stress relief. Like you're enjoying that now. I think some changes were announced. I think that's what this Jack of Diamonds was about. I'm kind of going off on another tangent, I know, but again, with this 6, it usually talks about relationships. So maybe there's some changes being made because of the friction. It's causing a little bit of anxiety. But the thing about it is, it's actually going to bring you to some better places. Personal growth, yes, but also maybe professional growth. I mean, I'm a little bit excited about that for you, because that's what I'm kind of getting. Nine of Spades. Yes, here's the completion. Speak of the devil, right? So here we did have our completion come out. And this was some kind of major change that was forced upon you that led to some disappointment. I do think it was this Jack of Diamonds. This Jack of Diamonds doesn't have to be a person. It could be just the fact that the information or news came to you. And it caused some anxiety. And whatever that was, this is telling me that that is over. So let's say the changes have already occurred. You have stress relief, and you have the potential for relationships to improve through negotiation, and as a result, this is going to help your growth in some way. Wow. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. I know in some level that's kind of vague, but it's very specific. It's talking more about the emotional aspects, honestly, than the physicality of we're not in the problem yet, but the event. But we are going to look at the complications in this. The Queen of Hearts. The Joker. Yes, a lot of mix and mingling going on, mixing up energy, and then we have the Eight of Diamonds. So this might have, this change might have affected your finances very positively. This is actually the card of hard work paying off, or it's about to, because this is the card of kind of moving ahead and advancement, and it is the complication. So maybe it was bittersweet. Maybe there were some departmental changes, personnel changes, and in some ways it's not so great. You weren't particularly fond of it, but in the financial sector, I think it actually helped. Because here's financial gain and abundance for you. Now, the energy has been very much like this Joker, juggled around, things kind of being topsy-turvy. This is the black and white Joker, so this is the Fool in the traditional tarot deck. What does that mean? Well, I like to think of the Fool as someone who's an open vessel. They don't have any preconceived notions or ideas. It could be a lack of experience. But you're just kind of naive to what's about to unfold or happen. So perhaps you were very much in the dark. Yeah, that came through very strongly. You were very much in the dark about how this was going to play out. And it was a little chaotic there. The Queen of Hearts, this could represent a person. She's an older female energy, very strong female energy, very nurturing, almost mother-like. She can also be a strong mentoring figure. Okay. Now, this could be you, or it could be somebody else around you. This could be a water sign, a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. This could be a person that was involved in instigating this change. Or perhaps your relationship with this person changed as a matter of in the course of things changing, the connection with this person has changed. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, there was some major ending and loss here, and this is actually, in some context, this can actually be like a physical death or a loss. It's on that level. A major loss, okay. And you're still kind of in mourning of that. It's maybe you've lost some faith in the people you're working with or the company you're working for. I think you viewed it as generally very, very bad news. Whatever this change was. The good part is that it has ended. And I do think that's past. That's not about to happen. That's like old news. That's not the June news. Three Spades. Actually, whatever transpired here with we were talking about friction, might have involved three people. This is actually the card of strife and trouble in general. Yeah, I think you were very worried about how this was going to work out. It's also, strangely enough, I don't know why, but they say the threes are actually indication of another type of completion. So that worry and trouble is probably behind you. But it also talks about having physical stress at work. Again, I think that might have ended since it came out on this cycle completion card. I think it just kind of restated, honestly, with these two cards here, that you were under a significant amount of stress at work. And it was affecting you mentally, physically, probably in a lot of ways. But that's over. And it was really hard going through it. It was crappy. And it all ended because of some kind of news. or change. And I think, like I said, I think there was some kind of announcement made. This Queen of Hearts, I keep looking at her. I think this is somebody that you actually care a lot about. Even if it's a work situation, you can still care about a person, in that sense that you enjoyed working with them, they were pleasant, and maybe now you're separated from them because they got moved or you got moved. But you did, or if it hasn't happened already, you are going to fare well financially. So there is a silver lining. Let's look at your cards of advice. Queen of Diamonds, nice. Five of Spades. We had two cards here, so we got Diamonds again. Yeah, your finances are definitely hopping. This is going to change all that, Aries. If you were having financial difficulty, look at that. Because you also got the Queen of Diamonds. With this Seven of Diamonds, honestly, that's a warning about overspending and making risky financial moves. Which does follow suit that you would be increasing your finances some way. Maybe you have what I'm trying to say, a habit when more money comes your way. A lot of people fall into this trap, myself included. You have more money, come your way, then you start to think, oh yeah, then I can start going over here and buying this, and I can go out to eat, and I can do this. And that's saying, be careful with that. It's actually not just the trivial things about like going out to eat necessarily, but instead of going to the Michelin star restaurant, you might want to stick to fast food because it talks about luxurious spending. Okay? King of Diamonds, now this is taking somebody, or you are taking control of your finances, and the fact that it came out on the Seven of Diamonds, I'm inclined to say that it's saying take control of your finance. You take I already said that. You take control of your finances, not somebody else. This isn't in somebody else's hands. Sometimes this can mean that you need to confer with somebody and get some advice, for example. But I don't think that's the case here. I think it's about you, having the level head and look at things in a practical sense. Take the authority, take the control. Be smart about your spending. The Queen of Diamonds, she's, kind of in the same realm, but it's more of a gentler female energy in that there's a lot of, what I'm trying to say, being social with this card. Perhaps this boost in your finances is going to elevate your social life. Perhaps it's going to give you more opportunities to socialize or socialize with different types of people. Or perhaps because it's in your line of advice, it's saying be more social. Get out there and express yourself more often. Have more fun. This is also the card of kind of talking and gossiping and being flirtatious. But she also has a good sense of responsibility. So I think that's all in the era of having fun. The Five of Spades talks about the changes that are going to come. Because it's kind of the result of other things happening, these changes happen. In this particular instance, it is talking about a disruption in your lifestyle. Surprise events. That includes unexpected travel, unexpected expenses, that sort of thing. It could even mean, this is a little bit of a stretch because we haven't seen anything here about relationship too intensely. It could mean because your financial status is changing, it could change the dynamics in a relationship you have, and you and that person could go their separate ways. You have to take that how it fits your situation, Aries. Like I said, I didn't see too much about that, and that's not the focus of this reading. I think it's just saying to expect these changes. That's the advice. To take control of this spending, for sure. And be social. Have fun with it. I see socialization as like the opportunity to have fun with it and to relax. Whoa. Now this right here, it's a little unexpected, but I think it's a warning about imbalance. This is actually division. And what did I just say about changing relationships? It's very possible that, yeah, you could end up with somebody who's jealous. You know, when we move up in status, sometimes we leave people behind because they can't handle that you're a more important person, for example, or you have more responsibility. It's the card of division and disharmony. There's also a little bit of a warning about taking care with your words, I guess, because it could lead to that. Let's get another card for Aries before we wrap this up, though. Knight of Diamonds. Okay. So again, indicating some kind of completion, whatever transition, things that are changing through all this scrambling about. It's over. Okay, it's not the end of a major cycle. It's just whatever you have been going through is ended, and that might give a sense of relief to your mind right now. But this is again talking about the stimulus check. There's going to be some money that you're going to be using for large purchases, repairs, donating money to a cause or something you've been wanting to put money into, or even paying off a debt. Well, your finances are looking really good with this, Aries. Like I said, something happened to relieve some stress that you were going through at work. And that's actually very positive. I don't see any major message in this reading, honestly, except that you need to watch. Perhaps you're leaning towards luxurious spending, because I think you got a serious bump up. Some kind of financial gain that you didn't have before. And if this isn't you, perhaps this is somebody you need to mentor with. The Queen of Hearts is definitely more of a mentoring female energy, but yeah, she's still an authority figure, this Queen of Diamonds. She's still somebody you can trust. She has good judgment. Perhaps you need to be socializing with that person if there's somebody in your circle who you think that could be. That's, like I said, that's an earth sign, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Could be. But it's going to bring about these changes. Yeah. I think the way people relate to you and how you relate, to life in general is going to change, and it's going to change your lifestyle. Yeah. And it's due to these influences here. So, yeah, you're not going to expect them. That's the other thing to say about that. It's kind of unexpected. Anyway, I'm going to wrap that up there. I hope that gave you some insight, gave you some advice that you could use. If you haven't already and you want to go ahead and subscribe, you will be alerted when the next video comes out. Thank you for your patience this time. I did not mean to drag yours out, but Anywho, hope that helped, and I will see you again soon. Take care.